Hello, welcome to another Small Town Big Life podcast. Today we have Kade and Gabby with us from right here in the church. We're talking about music. This is episode 2 because there is a lot of stuff to talk about in music and a lot of different people that want to talk about it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we got a good representation of age differences here. So let's get started right now. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
I've never been as happy as I am right now.
Why?
I just love talking about music.
I'm not a music person, okay, but I like talking about it.
You're not a music person.
I'm more, growing up, I was an athlete.
I've never heard, yeah, but
so I'm not a musician.
But you need music to get, that's like saying, I met one person that said, I don't like dogs. But I mean,
really?
Oh, no.
I don't think I've ever met anyone that says, I'm not a music person. You know you got your jams.
I do, but I wouldn't really say I would listen to it all the time, but I've been listening to it more and more, if that makes sense.
What is it? What's your jams?
Like, what were you listening to in the car on the way here?
Excellent.
Nothing. Oh, wait, no. You were listening to country, and then when I'm in the car, in my own car, I listen to alternative rock.
There you go.
So
I was listening to a podcast before I met up with Gabby.
Okay.
That out there.
Okay.
I wonder if our definition of alternative rock
Yeah.
is the same as yours.
No.
Okay.
It's probably not, because I'm more of like a 90s, early 2000s alternative rock.
Oh, no, that's
Bowling for
okay.
Soup
So-
and Blink 182.
No.
Yeah, that's I would
Blink-182's
yeah
iffy.
from our time that's what I would consider
So, like,
alternative.
Soundgarden.
I don't know specific names or anything. I kind of just find a playlist and just have it go, because like I only know like the music from it. I never.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know like the artist. I don't know the title, but I know the song.
Something with a great bass line.
Yeah.
You know, just...
I just like. I was just gonna say I like feeling it in my
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
So
So what grooves what like what's your jam? You know how everybody's got like 5 songs that it comes on. You're like, shut up, this is my jam.
Yeah.
What's a couple? I mean, you're young. It's probably something from Barney or Sesame Street. No, I was kidding.
It's probably some
most definitely is the
Today-
Bernie theme song.
hardcore gangsta rap.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's
No.
definitely not for me. I
No.
mean, me and him have been jamming to 1985 lately by Bowling for Soup. I feel like that's always the one song I can, just jam out to for some reason. I know all the words to it and everything.
I don't know that.
It's telling the story of the dude's mom.
She's no longer cool.
That's not helping me.
About how she's no longer cool. She was into U2 and Blondie.
Oh,
Music
okay,
still
yeah,
on
yeah,
MTV.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know the song you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Stacy's mom.
Stacy's mom.
Yeah, like
I saw
that's
them.
such a
Is that-
good one.
Is that
Yeah.
from what band is that?
That is
Lit-
Fountains of Wayne.
Yes.
Fountains of Wayne. They opened for
But Bowling for
Matchbox
Soup
20.
did a cover too. There's a bunch of different covers, and I'm like,
Are you into covers?
sometimes yes.
I think sometimes that's something I was talking about with the girls last time, that sometimes there's a cover of a song and it's done in a completely different way, and you
And it's way better.
yeah.
And sometimes it's not.
And sometimes it's
Sometimes
not,
you're like,
and sometimes it's
Sometimes,
like,
people hear that that Sinead O'Connor doing "Nothing Compares to You," and it's like until you hear Prince, who wrote it,
Right.
do it, you're cheating yourself.
But then until you hear Chris Cornell, may he
Yeah,
rest
I heard
in
Chris
peace.
Cornell. He was my favorite singer of all time.
Just
Favorite.
it'll break your heart.
Yeah,
it
I
really
know.
will.
Chris Cornell's amazing. His soul just hangs out of his throat when he sings. I mean, he's my favorite. So
Yeah.
he's the person that made me want to just stop what I was doing, because I'm like, I can never achieve that, so I might as well quit. So,
Like, okay, I'm done.
what about you, Kade? What's your jam, man?
I listen to almost anything, but like any song that I'll drop everything and sing is definitely gonna be Country Roads. No matter what, if it's on, I'm singing it.
John
Oh my
Denver.
gosh.
I love that song too.
Or when we're at the Moose on Thursday night shooting shuffleboard, me and a couple of the guys will sing "Believe" by Cher.
I would.
Or
I would pay to see that.
Yeah, can we sell tickets for that?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't care.
You
I
and
mean,
some big burly men sing "Do You Believe?"
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and we
that's
harmonize with
witnessed.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
wow. That's pretty heavy.
I will pay you.
I'll videotape next time.
I mean, this is things are different between us now.
Yeah, yeah. a
So
little bit.
that's all. No, that's awesome, man.
Just like she said, she grew up, mainly an athlete. I was that one that rode both sides. I was an athlete who was also in the music programs.
Oh yeah, I was into music since
Like, were you in band or were you like in chorus or?
I was in band in elementary school, went to chorus in middle school, did chorus, the a cappella men's group up at the high school, and orchestra at the high school.
Okay,
Wow.
so you've always had an interest in music. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's good.
Very
So
cool.
what about Gabby? Did you ever do that?
What?
You get what? Did you ever get involved in anything musical?
I did. I was in orchestra from 3rd grade to like 8th grade. Hated it. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say I hated
Wait a
it.
minute, orchestra? Okay, so what did you play?
I played the violin.
Wow, it's commendable. That's what you picked. I would have picked something easy like the triangle.
I picked the bass.
The bass, string bass,
Say,
or
yeah,
I
the
thought
double
the
bass.
violin was pretty.
It is. It's beautiful, but it's not as easy to master as people think.
No.
I can't do
It
with
takes
it
a
just
lot of
sitting
practice,
here.
and that's why I did not want to do it because
you-
I was more into like practice for other things.
Do you still have your
sporty.
chops? I mean, if you picked one up, could you still fiddle around?
I know. Yeah, I think I still know the notes, but like, could I play like a full on song? No.
No. Okay. All right. So yeah. I mean, you've both got music in you. You've been involved in it. You know what? I mean, you got that. I think a lot of people do. Even people that just sing in the shower. I mean, it gets in all of us. It's a part of our life. So
you all right over there?
he's
I was just
adjusting.
sitting a little too high.
Oh, okay.
This tilts too, so you can just. We got real high tech stuff here. So
Yeah, man.
Till I break it.
So let me ask. I had a conversation with a guy I worked with a few years ago. He was a lot younger than me. I love this kid. His name's Caleb, back in Ohio, and we talked about the differences of our generations and all this kind of stuff. And he said something that resonated with me. He said, you know what, man, about your generation. He goes, you had the best music of all time. He goes, I can't imagine being like in high school, growing up with the stuff you had. He goes, it's amazing. And I'm like, well, we feel that way too.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, well, so do we. And I said, oh, that's good. He said, yeah, a lot of older people say we don't appreciate good music, but that's the stuff we like. At least I do. And I was kind of surprised by that. And not that. I mean, I agree. I like a lot of it, but there's a lot of music that came out when I was young that I just thought was garbage that now I like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to say, oh, I hate this song. And then I got older, I'm like, oh, I remember this song.
I think your tastes change as you get older, though, and you experience things, too. Because, I mean, I can't imagine me in high school listening to Johnny Cash.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't have made sense to me. And now, being a little older, and it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
I get the struggle.
And the themes and
You
whatnot.
know? So, yeah, I think it's just one of those things about growing up.
So you guys are, I mean, are you like a certain era? I mean, like, hey, I like 70s and 80s, or are you just kind of like all over the board? If it's a good tune, it's a good tune. I don't care when it's from, that kind of thing.
I'm more of a 90s, early 2000s kid
Oh yeah, okay.
because I think that was the last of when it actually was music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The music now is not my favorite.
It's very manufactured and plasticky.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
not like true people playing to me, anyhow.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's not, and it's even the subject matter is it's either like it's over something. It's overly sexualized, or it's overly greed driven, or it's overly self-centered, or it's overly self-absorbed, and it's like it's. I think what is missing from a lot of music now is the poetry.
Yeah.
And not
Well, that's
just
what a song is. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I get it.
And it's not just the lyrics. I mean, it's the notes, the poetry of the music itself. So, what about you, Kate? Are you
I mean, I can go back to the 40s and 50s and all the way up. My dad.
right? But you
my
got to
dad-
go to, don't you? Like like you're fond of a certain era.
Not really.
No, you're all over. Okay, all right, that's fair.
What's weird is like my grandparents, my parents, like growing up, we listened to everything.
So, like, are you big on Sinatra? or more like, because you were saying about doing the a cappella and doing the harmonies. So are you more like a Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons kind of thing?
Yeah, I have actually. We listened to him in the car the other day.
Okay.
And she goes, "Wait a second. Okay, this is a good song."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about you?
I'm a child of the 80s, so I mean, Michael Jackson comes on, it's staying on.
Of course.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
I mean, that's just
you don't-
across all eras.
You don't get out of the car. You don't get out of the car until it's done. So,
Yeah.
but I listen to a lot of 70s, a lot of 70s rock, and a lot of Well, it depends. One of the questions we were going to have is about listening to music, different music when you're doing different things. So, like when I'm cooking, I listen to Sinatra or Dean Martin.
That is a great point.
And then, but when I'm painting, I listen to like cheesy 70s ballad rock, like Bread, which is actually when you, I mean,
oh, what a lonely boy. Remember that song
Yeah,
from the 70s? Oh,
yeah.
That popped into my head when you said 70s.
you know, you guys would probably listen to it and just be like, oh, kill me now. But I don't know why. I can just kind of do my thing. I mean, do you experience that? Like, do you listen to certain music when you're doing certain things?
You got driving music and workout music, or
Yes.
yes?
Yes.
Workout music?
Driving can be almost anything.
I was gonna say,
Workout music goes straight to Godsmack.
Okay.
really?
Yeah, when legends rise, it always just gets you right in the mood, no matter what.
I'm doing the best I ever did. All right.
I do not picture you as a Godsmack person. I'm sorry. I'm kind of in shock right now because you went from like Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons to.
He's all over the place. I'm dead serious.
She doesn't like listening to my music in the car.
Literally.
So, okay. So, all right. What about you? You got, like Jackie said, different music for different things. That's an excellent observation. I definitely do.
Since I'm a college student, I obviously study a lot. Whenever I'm studying, I tend to listen to more of like, I don't really know, because I try to listen to calming music, but then I'm like, no, I need something to actually like you know, like lo-fi music. Like I will listen to that when I'm studying sometimes, but then there's other times where I'm just like, no, we need to like pump myself up. Like,
See, like when I was in college, I listened to a lot of techno and a lot of like Prodigy and stuff like that when I was studying because.
You listen to I Am the Fire Starter. That's all
Yeah,
right. Okay.
I'm
All
the
right.
fire starter. I was just listening to them on the way in, because I don't have to pay attention to the lyrics.
that's what I like about just like
I see, I would
even
get too distracted.
instrumental.
It's just over my head, instrumental, and I don't
Yeah.
have to think about what they're saying.
Exactly.
I would get too distracted and start dancing, and then
And
the
this
song
is
comes on,
why-
and lyrics would start coming, and I'm going to start singing, and
That's him.
start fist bumping.
Yeah. Oh,
GTL.
no fist bumping, please. During share.
No.
I listen to every type of music there is. I grew up in a musical household. You guys know I'm a musician. I did 3 albums. I worked for Dick Clark Productions. I toured. I've been involved in music deeply since. I like stuff from the 40s, the 50s, the 30s. I even like the Roaring 20s big band music. I love Pantera, Metallica, Godsmack. Okay, but I like the older, heavier. I like some of the.
Right.
I like some of the heavier stuff than that. When I would paint, just as a hobbyist, I don't have fat mad skills like Jackie does, but I paint just because it's fun and it's therapeutic. Or when I would be working or building something, I listen to Beethoven, and because it massages my soul. As someone who sings, Beethoven's music is my favorite because it frees your mind. I'm not that I have anything against lyrics. I'm all about lyrics, but your brain can just go to so many different places when no one is giving you lyrics, and you have to insert your own mental pictures. So there's Beethoven, and then, like you said, I grew up watching the Jackson 5 on TV, and Elvis, and Creedence, and so all that. I mean,
Gotta love CCR.
I'm an Elvis. Yeah, Elvis and CCR are two of my all-time favorites. But you know, man, 70s and 80s Aerosmith, and oh man, there's such a long list. But Jackie's specific question was doing different things. Like when I'm listening to, like I said, when I'm doing something like you said, you're trying to be chill. It's like Beethoven or something like that. It's weird when I'm driving. It's usually like I might just go full on metal, and then by the time I get out of the car, I'm like, yes. But for long trips, it's more like Elton John, and the Eagles, and Bob Seger, and
I can get behind that.
Stuff that's like cool. I can sing along with. Hey, this has got a deep vibe, and I'm digging it. And so good grief. But you're right. I there's different types of music for different things. Cooking, it's funny because I found out that when I'm in the kitchen, I found out that your Alexa records your voice. So I went into the app one time, and everything I've ever said to Alexa is there. And I can play it back, and I can delete it. And what I said the most was, Alexa, play Little Richard, and Alexa, play Beethoven. So when I'm in the kitchen, it's mostly Little Richard. Little Richard. Because when I grew up, Little Richard was one of my favorite voices because he had that brash, that Jenny. I mean, he wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
He had teeth. His voice had teeth.
So
I love that.
Did you listen to soul?
Oh, Motown and Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, wrote songs in the key of life.
Yeah.
So, that stuff just changed my life. When I was a kid, Mom would play records at home like Creedence and Elvis and Tom Jones and Eagles and stuff like that. And then I remember one summer when I was real little, we were on our way. We was going to the swimming pool, and there was a funk station, Motown. And I'm like, who is this?
Yeah, where did this come from?
Mom's like, well, that's. I heard play that funky music, and I heard Stevie Superstition and all this, and it changed my life on a ride to the pool. I'm like, we need to listen to this radio station. I mean, I'm little, like second grade or something, and from then on out, I was like, I didn't know music could sound like this.
Yeah,
and so from a very young age, I was exposed to all of it. And my grandparents listened to, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, all that stuff. So I grew up on long car rides listening to that. So I got pretty much, the only stuff I don't listen to is anything that does that, I'm out.
Yeah.
So.
Now, here's the question. You grew up with Elvis.
Yeah.
I find that a lot of people are either Elvis or the Beatles, and not both.
John Lennon said there are two types of people. This is the exact quote. There are two types of people: Elvis people and Beatles people.
Yep.
I am an Elvis person. That's what John Lennon said.
I'm a Beatles person.
I was just gonna say I listen to the Beatles, but my dad's an Elvis person. 100%.
I'm a total. I love
both.
I love them both.
Are you really?
I love them both. I listen to them both.
I love them both. I do, but it was always Elvis first. I didn't appreciate the Beatles when I was young.
Yellow Submarine.
I don't mean like weird LSD Beatles. I mean
no,
just
the No, I get it. Just the whole package. The Beatles.
I Am the Walrus, Cuckoo Cuckoo. Maybe not so much, but
right. No, I got into the Beatles later, and I started. I mean, listening to all the songs. I like the ones that weren't on the radio, and no, I'm an Elvis person. And I think that's because I was exposed to that first and more, and plus the energy for me. Elvis was high energy, and he moved me. When I heard his voice, I was deeply. Paul McCartney. I've never been moved by just his voice.
Right.
I mean, but I hear Elvis, just his voice, sing like "If I Can Dream," and man, it rips my guts out. And I'm like, when he talks about if I can dream of a warmer sun where hope keeps shining on, and the conviction he sings with, Elvis can get in, can stir you. And the Beatles are awesome, but Paul McCartney's voice has never moved me like that. Even though I love "Let It Be" and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I would have to say Elvis, but not like by a huge margin, man. I like the Beatles.
I mean, I can see you liking the Beatles because of the harmonies and things.
I grew up listening to more of Elvis than I did the Beatles. But I really don't put one above the other. I can jam to either one.
That's cool. That's very cool.
We used to do metal versions of, we did Burning Love by Elvis, and we did a heavy version of home. What's this? Left my home in Norfolk, Virginia. That's All Right, Mama. We did like 2 or 3 Elvis songs, and we also did Back in the USSR.
And you did it metal.
Well, when I say it's heavier,
Yeah.
we revisit songs like "Joy to the World" by Three Dog Night. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Not like unrecognized. You'd hear it, and if you liked the original, you would like it.
Because there's
I don't go out there like Cookie Monster rock.
I was going to say, yeah.
No. See if a cookie that good enough for me. Cookie. I don't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Screamo.
Yeah. It's Cookie We call it Cookie Monster
Wait,
metal.
hold on. You were talking about the screamo version of Taylor Swift.
Blank Space
That's
by I Prevail.
Okay, but it's actually
heard it.
not bad. Like, it's not bad.
It's
And-
not
Really?
like it's not like heavy like screamo.
Yes, it is.
It's funny. It's
There's
Is that what you guys call? What I call Cookie Monster rock? You
Yeah.
call screamo?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about the same.
Sometimes when it's funny, like
When I first heard it, I was laughing because it's just funny to hear a guy like scream Taylor Swift lyrics.
like somebody
that
did
They're heading
a
out to the shooting range, and I'm just top of my lungs going along with it.
I got a big space baby. That's awesome.
But there are a few screamo bands that I've listened to. I went to one of the concerts. We have had a venue. I do like bodies.
Yeah, that's a good
That's a whole
song.
different story.
Yeah.
But no, we have a venue back in Williamsport, or had. It was called the Ground Floor, and they'd bring in these lower level bands like that. And I remember it was Youth in Revolt was the only screamo band I could actually sit there and actually listen to the entire set and not walk away.
Wow.
Did you get into Breaking Benjamin at all?
Not really, no.
I saw them in State College at the cell block in State College when it was in State College. And that's on my list of the worst concerts ever because, well, they were hammered. They were completely
yeah, that
lit.
makes a big
and,
difference.
and it was screamo, hammered screamo.
That'd be fun to watch.
It wasn't, trust me.
No, it's not. When you
It's
see
like
a
a
band.
waste of money, pretty
I
Yeah.
didn't say I was going to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
The worst band I ever saw was Motley Crue because
Really?
for the same
Wow.
thing, and they were. And this is before they were using digital tape machines under the stage to play the concert for them. So this is when they actually had to try to pull it off, and they were miserable. They were worse than the worst drunken bar band. And then when I saw them live, trying to keep up with their overproduced show, the singer Vince Neil still had to try to sing, and he just can't, and he never could. But I would never go. I don't listen to that stuff now, but just because we talked about like lyric content and all that stuff, and you talked about where you are in your head at different parts of your life, and it's funny because I remember when they came out, I was a teenager. And I remember, because I read all the music magazines, like what was going on with them and stuff. And then I hear kids now talk about, yeah, they did this and they did that. And I'm like, they're embellishing quite a bit. And so that was the worst concert. And I thought, man. And then you never forget the bad ones.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I remember a ton of good ones, but that one was just awful. It was at Vets Memorial in Columbus.
Distinctive in your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was terrible. I'm thinking, ooh, this is too bad.
Did you ever see Pop-Tart Monkeys?
Wow, what an awesome name.
No.
They were actually a local, Williamsport-ish local band. Well, that would have been about 20 years ago. But
I'm only 22.
Yeah, so you were
No,
infant.
but that's a great name.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I mean, they leaned into the screamo, but they were more alternative than screamo. But they had a really entertaining
Right.
type show.
Pop-Tart Monkeys.
Pop-Tart Monkeys.
That's just
I mean,
awesome.
Throwing it back.
my worst concert, and it saddens me to say this, was a Toby Keith concert in State College.
Really?
Yeah, because we sat off to the side of the stage, which they weren't bad seats, but there was drunk rednecks in front of us, standing the entire time. I'm 8 years old. So I moved over to the section that was next to us that nobody was sitting in because it was too much of an angle onto the stage.
Right.
And the ushers yelled at me to get back to my seat.
Aww.
I'm like, I can't see. She goes, I don't care. I'm like,
So wait,
left and went
so
home
you mean
early.
the experience was bad? He didn't play bad.
oh no, he didn't play bad. Just the experience. So like the whole concert as a whole now is bad
Oh,
just
yeah.
because of the experience.
Yeah, yeah. So is there one that was just where they played awful? You know what I mean? Like they're just, oh, these guys are terrible.
Not really.
Or just something it didn't sound like the way they sound on the radio.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
That's a big topic.
Yeah.
Other than Toby Keith, I mean, I've seen the Jordan Howerton Band, which is the Momentum like worship team.
Right.
I think they sound good all.
But yeah, they sound just like the recordings.
Yeah.
Pretty close anyway.
I was just going to say, that's the one band that I actually can say they sound like they are in the recordings.
Yeah.
I mean, you have that live aspect, but
Didn't you say you saw Kiss?
I did see Kiss. That was one of my favorite concerts.
That's like seeing the parting of the Red Sea.
I know,
It is the
right?
greatest show on earth.
The hottest show in the world. It was at Hershey Park.
Yeah.
We started off in the bleachers and ended up on the floor by the time the concert was over.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
As it should be.
I mean, that was hands down the best concert I've ever been to.
What was your worst concert, Gabby?
I don't really have a worst concert.
Because you're only 19, so you
Yeah.
haven't probably
I've
been to
actually only been to 3, I think. And it wasn't like I didn't go to my first concert until I was like 16. I actually went and saw Newsboys for my first concert, which I liked going. It's just like the seats were further back, which that's what we get for, getting last minute tickets, which is fine. I don't really care. It's about the music. But I don't know. Like that wasn't the worst one, but
I like how she's wearing the concert tee as she's talking about it.
You are. Yeah.
it's a big shirt.
It's big and comfy.
But I really don't have a worst one.
Yeah, that's good. Because it doesn't make you feel more cheated than.
I have my favorite. But
What's your
What's your
favorite?
favorite?
What?
I didn't say anything.
I went and saw Daughtry at Bloomsburg Fair.
I've heard that he's really good in person, though.
Oh my gosh. He's so good.
She's having a
So
moment.
good in person. And he was even drinking like while he was.
She's having a
He
moment.
was or was not?
He was. And
okay.
he was still really like, he was there. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't like plastered in the
How do you know
back.
he was drinking alcohol?
Because he probably
Oh,
said.
was it like beer bottles and stuff? Oh, he was making it like, hey, all right.
Yeah, he would have like, because they
Yeah.
give away like the solo cups of beer, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you can just tell.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you can
but,
tell.
like,
I know you can tell.
He still was like, he's such a great, like he just,
Where is he
seems like-
now? What happened to him?
I don't know, but they're coming on tour again.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I
So-
suppose that's anybody right now. It's kind of like, well, where are they?
Yeah, I don't,
Yeah.
I
After
really don't
Getting
know.
back to tours.
I was
Yeah,
just gonna say,
after
I
everything.
don't know where he's originated from or lives. I don't know. All I know is that he puts on a good show.
Well, there you go.
Money's worth.
Do you ever have to hang around someone who listens to music that's unbearable, but you have to tolerate it? Like some, that dude's gonna.
As we look at each other.
Well, some people are like, oh, I'm around, I don't know, my grandmother a lot, and she listens to this, and I just want to run screaming into the sea every time she plays it. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're around. I don't really have that problem. My wife is got pretty good taste in music, and we're both pretty versatile with music. So, but
The mumble rap.
The mumble
If
rap.
my friends or somebody
Rap.
is listening to mumble rap.
Any
and,
rap.
mumble rap.
Yeah. Where you
I
can't
just think rap
understand what
in
they're
general
saying.
is I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of rap. It's awesome, but
Yeah.
but when I was working in music, I always thought, why do these guys get paid so much? It's like it's an advanced Dr. Seuss stuff.
I mean, like 50
Could
Cent.
not, would not in a box. I could not, would not with a fox. I will not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam. I am 5,000. I'm like, I can do that.
When he said
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss, just worse. All I could think of was "Walk It in My Pocket." Somebody
That's actually
remixed
in
it.
a rap.
Somebody put it into a rap.
Yeah.
They made "Walk It in My Pocket" from the Dr. Seuss book into a rap, and
That's wonderful.
Wow.
That's literally.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
I mean,
So you
might as
could-
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got rhymes.
Yeah.
So what were
you got mad skills.
I got mad skill.
No, I was going to say that, some of the rap from back in the day, like Dr. Dre or.
Oh,
well, there's
I
people
feel like
that are
that's a whole
gifted.
different realm.
Yeah.
There's people that are really gifted at it, like just lyric writing and rapping, like Ice Cube. And
Yes.
Like
Yes.
if you
Ice
read,
Cube.
like if you want a cultural study that's really well thought out, Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted album, like the song called "The Product," and it's stuff that's deeply personal, and it took some real powerful thought to put it down, and you can't just dismiss it. as rhyme. But then there is a massive part of it that you can dismiss because it's trivial and stupid.
Yeah.
And then, but you get thinkers, people that are cerebral, like in my opinion, Ice Cube, and I'm not talking about, NWA, when they did that stuff, they were young, angry, enthusiastic young kids. But then as he got older, life happens and his mind starts to think deeper about things and his lyric. But now, I don't listen to anything now. It's like about booty popping and sex and money and violence. And I don't like it. I'm a pastor. My head.
So now
you got to not let too much. You got to kind of keep stuff out of your head or it'll infect you. But I appreciate stuff that requires thought and makes sense and art. So
now is it Wu-Tang Clan that you like? Because Wu-Tang is forever.
Wu-Tang is forever.
I'm
man.
not a fan at all.
What about the Sugar Hill Gang?
Yeah, well, they were innovators. They looped.
No, for real, they were
the ones that started
innovators.
They were innovators, and so was they were innovators. There's a lot. I don't want to talk about. I feel bad about saying bad stuff about Motley Crue. I mean, it's not. Because I don't really want to talk bad about anybody. I guess I was bitter because their concert was so bad. But there's a lot of stuff out there that it's not my thing. But being in music, man, try to be careful not to talk bad about stuff about people because music it's like art. I mean, some folks like it, some don't. Hey, but there's a lot of stuff out there that, for me personally, I'm like, it just does nothing for me.
Well, especially when they're not writing the songs themselves.
Right.
Like somebody like Ed Sheeran, who's writing the songs, most of the songs, himself, you can kind of tell. But then someone like Dua Lipa, I think that's how you say her name.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just empty.
I was just going to say, they don't sing it with passion.
Yeah.
Like, if you
like
write...
Billie Eilish.
Billie, all right. Don't talk about her music, please.
She
whispers everything.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, man, Hollywood is going to devour her because any young person that becomes successful, and I don't mean, this has nothing to do with what she does. It's just because she's a young person and you see her on the news interacting with Hollywood now, endorsements and all this stuff, and Hollywood takes people and goes and spits them out, and then they go through this real hard. It does that with all young people.
Well, yeah.
And then later they're like, I was going through a hard time, man. I was an addict. I was in rehab. I'm thinking, that poor kid.
But maybe that's why you and I like some of the music from the 70s and stuff more, because it was more passionate. I mean, like Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks.
Why I like the older
Eagles.
music. Because they actually sang with passion and they're not just like talking. They're not whispering. That's never been a
And it's all
thing I
about
look
conviction.
for. Yeah.
I mean, it is. Because listen to Joe Cocker, You Are So Beautiful. He doesn't have a pretty voice. But when he sings that, man, you can tell it's his heart coming out. And that's like, wow. That song still almost makes me cry every time I hear it. And I think it's his voice that makes it so.
Oh, yeah.
So like that, anyway. But I agree.
Yeah. It's got to mean something.
Right.
Yeah. I think if it means more to the person when it's sang so passionately, it will send like ripples through your body.
Big time.
And that's what you need to like actually feel with music.
Yeah.
Do you have any songs that will make you cry when you hear it? You're like, oh, this is so powerful. This is, every time I hear the song, it gets to me, like a song like that.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but normally it's more Christian songs when I feel
spiritual.
When you feel it.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling it, like there are so many times where like I'll just run cold because like it's just like I'm shivering. Like it just tears you apart pretty much, but like in a good way.
In a good way. I hate to sound so cliche, but I'm like that with Believe, Brooks and Dunn's version. I raise my hand, bow my head. You know that song?
Have you heard Jennifer Hudson's version?
I have not. I know there's 4 or 5 versions.
Just
now I have to seek. I'll have to seek it out. Is there a song?
I mean, she goes to the mountain and she comes back down. She is
Jennifer Hudson. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Just
So what song makes you cry? I mean, there's a bunch of them for me, but
You're like
I cry a lot. No.
no. I only hear one like every. Yeah.
There's this John Lennon song, and it's just called Love.
Yeah.
It's the one, love is, and it's just him and the piano. Love is, and my mom used to listen to it. So I can't get through it.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you, Kate? You got one that rips your heart out?
Imagine.
Nice.
Imagine
Yeah.
all the people.
Like no matter where you're at, that song just hits a nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a powerful song. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Another one. Somebody's gonna hit me with their shoe. That is. He stopped loving her today.
Oh.
George Jones.
Oh.
Have you ever heard that song?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
Have you heard it?
Can't say I have.
It tells a story. He stopped loving her today, and the whole song tells this story about this guy who he was in love with this girl, this woman, and he had all the letters he'd wrote to her, and he circled every "I love you," and he said he always swore he would love her until the day he died, and he loved her, and then he had a broken heart, and then he died. He never got with her, so he said he'd love her till he died. So they said today they placed a wreath upon his door. He stopped loving her today because he died. Mm-hmm. And the whole song is like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah.
But George Jones can make you cry. Oh, he's got way more songs than just that one. And you talk about a guy with a rough life. Anyway, if you're into country, like classic country, look up that song. He stopped loving her today. It might be too, it's a traditional country music.
Twangy.
So it's twangy. Thank you.
It's real twangy.
So you might be like, I can't do this. Some folks can't do that, and I can. I can go all in on that stuff, but some folks can't. But if you just want to hear the story, it's kind of like, I would say Tim McGraw's "Don't Take the Girl."
Oh, that's a good one. I feel like anything that has something to do with a father and a daughter or something
Butterfly
like that.
Kisses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I just find
that song made me cry when I heard it.
I was just going to say, like, it just makes you rethink. Like, a lot of the country songs, I feel, have that cliche, like, something happens or between a father, daughter, father, son, whatever.
Yeah.
And it always, like, cuts you, like, into your
absolutely.
heart. Like,
Well,
you're just like,
even older songs like "Cats in the Cradle," "Father Son."
Father and Son.
That's a good song.
Father and Son
that song will make you cry.
Beautiful.
If you listen to that. But yeah, to your point, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So, you were going to say something, Kate. I'm sorry.
Tim McGraw needs to finish that song. We need to figure out how it ends. We don't know how it ends.
I think that's the beauty. Yeah, we do. He felt. Oh, wait.
No.
You're right.
You don't know how it ends.
Don't take the girl. He just says, "Don't take the girl." Yeah.
We don't know if she survives or not.
I think that's the way you're
I
supposed
doubt she died.
Well, we don't know.
That's a good question.
Now you got to infer.
Do you like songs that tell stories, or songs that are just like pump up the volume, pump up the volume? Or do you like, that's just like
Pump up the jam.
Yeah, pump up the jam. Pump
I like-
up the,
no, I like
Sorry, no, that's a whole
I like
different.
pump up the volume better instead of pump up the jam. Just
Pump Up the Jam is actually a song.
Okay, well.
Pump up the
Says
volume's a
pump up
line
the
in a
volume.
song.
Is it?
Yeah. Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. Yeah, that's
I
not.
always know, pump up.
Would you
the
think I was
jam,
messing up
pump
the
it
lyrics?
Yeah.
Yes, he
No,
did.
you're
And he tried
thinking-
to correct you.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Salt and Pepper or something. Anyway.
Pump up the
you
jam,
guys-
pump
yeah.
it up.
You guys
While
know
the
what I'm
beat
talking
is
about.
Pumping. And the gym is stomping. And the something jumping. A little more.
Get
the
some,
party
Jackie.
going on the dance floor.
Remake happening now.
So, well, you talked about this. Pump up the jam. Yeah. It's funny because you messed up the words. We were
I know.
talking earlier about when you're with your friends and you know the song and you turn your head when you sing it with it and the parts come up where you don't know the words. So you're
With
like,
the
back in
thing.
black. I hit the black. There's a back in the black. You know,
And I
you just-
eat
Black
snack.
Betty's another
Yeah.
one like that.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What's
Black
that?
Betty.
Yeah.
Black Betty? Yeah.
Nobody,
Well,
nobody knows the lyrics.
I know the lyrics to that song.
My husband does not know more than 4 words to a song. Any song.
What does he know out of Black Betty?
He knows, oh, Black Betty, bam, a lamb. And then he's like, he's not going to watch this.
He just looks like a Muppet going, blah, 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 blah.
He's like, Black Betty had a car. and it went far. Bam, 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 like victorious, bam, bam.
That's awesome.
But everything else is like she wore her socks on her feet and she walked some shoes down the street. Bam, bam.
That's like little kids when they know that.
Yeah.
We used to, I don't know. I'm sure that commercial was here. We had a commercial back home. I don't know if it was a radio station or if it was a national one, where they were making fun of people who got the words to the songs wrong. So they were like showing people in the shower. They would play the real song, and then you would hear the person singing like a sugar pie honey bunch, sugar pie. And they had a guy going, sugar fried honey buns. You don't, and that's leave me. And then they showed, excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Pour
Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Pour some shook up ramen.
I didn't hear that one. But
Yeah.
there's a bathroom on the right.
There's a bathroom.
And I saw him in concert, and he made a joke about that. He said it at the end. He goes, there's a bathroom on the right. And everybody's like applauded because he knew.
Yeah.
But sugar fried honey butts always.
Sugar
Some lyrics are hard. Elton John's old stuff was.
That's when I love when people have a good sense of humor about it.
Oh yeah.
Jack Black. I love Tenacious D.
That's all he
of
is
Jack
humor.
Black's stuff. And he was doing this very, very serious interview because I think it was for Jumanji or something. And Elton John was on the show too. It was Graham Norton, so I mean as serious as Graham Norton gets. But he was talking to Elton John about his favorite Elton John song, and he couldn't remember the words. And he's like, and Elton John's like, yeah, I know that song. I wrote that.
Take me to the pilot.
Take me to the pilot.
I think I saw the interview. Yeah. Take me to the pilot. And I saw an interview with Elton about it. And he said, "What's that song about?" And he said, "It's just a bunch of lyrics that Bernie strewn together. I have no idea what it's about." And if it feels that it's yeah. I'm on fire and I'm a head up in. Yeah, I know that song. I sing that song a lot. I sing a lot with no music when I'm driving.
Really?
I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's like some people hit a punching bag. I don't know. It's something. It lets stuff out. And I sing like some people sing in the shower. I sing when I'm driving.
I sing
I've
when
had
I'm
some pretty
driving.
embarrassing experiences too. Like when my window's down, I'll forget that I'm.
Hits the red light,
Yeah.
And you're rocking. You're like at the solo.
and there's no music going on.
Somebody
at all.
and there's no that makes it worse. If there's music, people are at least like, oh, they're jamming.
Yeah.
But they look at me like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And I try to keep it, tone it down. One time I was in the grocery store, and I don't know what, like I thought I was at home. This was back at home, this is my home, but Giant Eagle in Columbus. And Little Richard came on. Little Richard never comes on in a grocery store. And it was Jenny, right? So I'm like in the aisle with bread, and I go, Jenny, Joe. and I'm like, I'm in the grocery store, dude, and some lady looked, you okay? And I just went away. I can't.
Like you have Tourette's.
I just had an outburst. Yeah, like I had Tourette's.
Now you gotta play it off.
Yeah.
You like punch a bag. You're like,
Do you sing at the top of your lungs with your jams? I mean, or do you just like absorb the music?
I think it depends on the music. Because like if it's like a heavy rock band that I listen to, then possibly. But like there's other things where I just kind of sit
Like,
there.
wait a minute. For you, define heavy rock.
Heavy rock is like what my dad listens to. So
Well, what's that?
what would you?
He listens to like Metallica and
Metallica, Nirvana.
So you
I will listen to it.
You sing "Do My Dirty Work Scapegoat." You can see Gabby going around in the car singing "The Unforgiven."
You're unforgiven too.
I don't. It's very because I just started listening to more of his music, so I'm just kind of like getting into it. So like, you know what I mean by
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Like you're just like, wow, there's a whole realm out here of this type of music, and like I can actually be myself and like feel that on the inside.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Because I've
Cool.
always
Yeah.
listened to like slow country, spiritual music, and then you go right to that.
You know,
You're
a lot of
like,
their earlier, especially lyrics, are Christian driven. Did you know that?
which one?
Metallica.
Oh,
Did you know "Creeping Death"? You know that song "Creeping Death"?
by them.
Yeah, it's,
Not prop.
it's a
Maybe
super
if I
pop.
listen to it.
It's a Christian. It's about Moses.
Oh, wait. I might have heard.
The
about
chorus
this.
says it's about the plagues that God sent to Egypt to tell Pharaoh, because the chorus says, so let it be written, so let it be done. I'm sent here by the chosen one, so let it be written, so let it be done to kill the firstborn Pharaoh's son. I'm creeping death. It's about the angel of death sent by God.
Oh. I feel like Dad would know
And
that.
a lot of people that listen to metal, they're like, oh, they're devil worship. I'm like, no, these dudes have, I think it's James Hetfield's dad that was a minister. And so when you listen to their old lyrics, they're not about sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
They're more cerebral than that. And I thought you were right. You wrote.
I did.
Oh, I see. So, yeah, and like Leper Messiah, that's a song. But these are the Metallica songs have a pro-Christian spin and perspective on them. They're not anti-God or anti-Christian. So anyway, Creeping Death. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty heavy.
I was just going to say, I feel like he's actually said something about that, because he's very, like, obviously he's a godly man, but he will tell me little things about this music that he thinks I don't listen to, but there's certain things that I do actually listen to.
Right.
Because he's always like, oh, you never got your music taste from me. And I'm like, I'm starting to get into it.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part, because you think I don't.
Yeah, because you're at your age, it's going to be beautiful. As you go, you're going to, it's like food. You start liking more things for different reasons.
Of course.
Yeah.
I just like feeling the music more. That's my main thing. Just I don't know.
That's why I love Chris Cornell so much, and his solo stuff when he just lets it go and hits a high note and then comes back down.
I'm down.
You're just like, oh yeah.
I'm down. I songs of Chris Cornell's get sucked. When he Say Hello to Heaven.
Say hello to heaven.
That line in the song where it says,
favorite.
"You better seek out another road because this one has ended abrupt," and that song will make you cry too. And call me a dog. I mean, I love Chris Cornell. So, what do you sing at the top of your lungs? I'm assuming a lot.
If I'm doing it, I'm doing it at 100%.
Yeah, so you're all in pretty much.
I think you should talk about the music you sing in the shower.
I was in the shower.
Sugar fried honey buns.
I was in the shower the one day. She was coming over. I hopped in after work, and I left the door unlocked so she could just come in. I'm singing Disney music at the top of my lungs.
Oh no!
You know what, man?
Be Our Guest, followed by Make a Man Out of
Disney
You.
music,
Just straight top of the lungs in the shower.
I got a Disney song stuck in my head once, and it was I'm a master of fright, I'm a demon of light, and I'll scare you right out of your pants. What's that from? To a guy in Kentucky, I'm Mr. Unlucky, and I'm known throughout England and France, but still I feel Halloween movie.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Thank you, Jack Skellington.
I was just going to say, I'm like,
That's
wait a
one
minute,
movie
I
I
know
have not
that.
seen.
Yeah,
but I couldn't put
that
my
got stuck
finger
in my
on
head
it.
one time, and I'm like, if anyone ever hears me singing I got to tell you this. I may have told you this before.
What?
I was talking to one of my buddies one time, and our drummer, who I've been close with for so many years, we were talking about music, and I said something about Queen. I said, Queen is News of the World is the most versatile album of all. It goes everything from reggae to metal, and we start talking about it. He goes, yeah. I said, I love Queen. He goes, yeah. I go, Queen is incredible musicians. You like them? He goes, yeah. He goes, you're right. They're incredible musicians. He goes, but they're show tunes. And I said, what?
No.
No, listen to me. Listen to this, because he got me thinking. And I go, what do you mean they're show tunes? He goes, Queen. He goes, they're incredible musicians, dude. He goes, but they're show tunes. And I go, no, they're not. And he goes, let me ask you something. If you could take any Queen album or Queen song, you could put it into a play and tell a story with it. Could you not? And
yes.
I go, yes.
Yes.
He goes, can you picture an actor walking out on stage and singing any Queen song and then the scene playing out? And I start thinking of all the Queen songs, and I go, yes.
Yeah.
He goes, they're show tunes. And he goes, dude, that's not an insult. He goes, I'm just telling you, they are. And he goes, that's Freddie Mercury's mind. And I'm like, oh. And then years later, sure enough, there's a Queen.
There's a Queen documentary.
There's a Queen. No, there's
movie.
There's a theater production.
Oh, was there a theater production?
Yeah, there's a theater production of Queen. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. A whole cast singing Queen, stories, and all kinds of stuff.
So what's your favorite musical then?
I despise musicals. I don't like them.
Oh,
When
snap.
I see one, well, it's right when I start to get into a good story, because I'm really, really heavily into film. I'm heavily into film scoring. I'm heavily into music and soundtrack in film. But when I'm watching something and someone starts singing, I'm like, I'm out.
That's how my husband is.
I just don't believe this anymore.
Musicals.
You do?
I do.
I cannot
and
stand them.
This one loves them.
Yeah,
I've seen 4 different Broadway shows.
What have you seen?
Okay, so theater's different because
Watching it performed in front of you is
it's
different.
totally different.
yeah, theater's a different experience.
Yeah.
I've been in theater. I've been in plays. But that's not. When I'm watching a movie, I want to suspend disbelief and be stimulated by the story. And
that's different.
Yeah, so when I'm watching a movie and somebody starts to sing, like my favorite scene is the Monty Python.
Yeah.
Do you know the one where they...
It's time to sit.
It's time to sing. Stop that. Stop that. None of that singing while I'm here. Stop that.
I'm going to tell a tale. He's going to tell. He's going to tell.
Yeah.
No, stop that.
Stop that singing. Stop that. And I'm like, that's how I feel every time I watch a musical.
Might be a little adult for them.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the Mighty Pythons, but
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's very dry humor. That's from the Holy Grail.
That's the Holy Grail, yeah.
That's the Holy, where they go on the quest to seek the Grail.
Okay,
With the holy hand grenade.
I've watched parts of it. I can't say I've seen all of it.
One of my favorite lines is when God shows up in the clouds and starts telling him what to do, and King Arthur goes, "Good idea, Lord." And God goes, "Of course, a good idea." Oh my God, I don't know. It's very dry humor. So,
But
To answer your question, I've seen Les Mis on Broadway. I've seen Aladdin. I've seen Phantom of the Opera, and I've seen the. It's not The Wiz. It's the other one.
yeah. Wicked.
That's it. I couldn't think of the title off the top of my head.
Wasn't that the newest one you saw?
Yeah, I think that was my senior year. But now, like today, I was sitting at work and I was singing "Defying Gravity." But I always catch myself singing "Phantom of the Opera."
I was going to say, I hope you weren't hitting the high note.
Oh yeah,
Fine.
I was trying.
My mind is exploding right now.
why?
With all of these new revelations about
So my
Cade
soph-
singing "Defying Gravity."
He can
Oh
sing.
yeah, I don't know the
My
song.
sophomore
It
year.
has a very high falsetto.
Oh,
high.
High.
have to be rich. Sorry.
But no, my sophomore year, I was a bass 2, and we lost our original choir teacher, and we got a long-term sub, and she moved me to tenor 1.
Oh.
Okay.
So you've got range.
I have forced range because I didn't have range when she moved me. But she was, I don't have enough tenor 1s. You're moving. I'm like,
Well, that's cool.
can we just have some of the altos like just sing tenor 1?
Right.
But
Nobody's gonna know.
I mean, he is right though about the difference between a musical and actually seeing something in a theater. Because as many times as I've seen the Phantom of the Opera in the theater, it's a completely different emotional experience than seeing the version
I
with
can't watch
Gerard
the movie.
Butler and Emmy Rossum.
Can't do it.
It's weird. I mean, I love, hi, Gerard Butler. Give me some Gerard Butler any day of the week. But watching him sing as the Phantom of the Opera was weird.
Hamilton's about the only one that I can
didn't
actually
see
sit
it.
and watch all the way through.
Oh, Hamilton.
my
I
God.
love
I saw
Hamilton.
the play. I saw the Phantom of the Opera live. I saw the play, and but I didn't see the movie.
I've
Yeah,
tried
now picture Gerard Butler just suddenly,
there.
Yeah, no,
you know.
yeah, I didn't like the play either, and I got free tickets, and it was, people look at you like you're a blasphemer when wait till you see the chandelier at the end.
Oh, yeah.
The Ohio.
I sat right underneath it when we were on Broadway. Like we were in orchestra seats and it came right down over top of us.
We were at a place called the Palace in Ohio, and it's like, I don't know, old theater, giant, unbelievable.
Almost like the CAC.
I just
back in
couldn't get into
Williamsport.
the Phantom of the Opera. I just couldn't get into it. I've also been to Scooby Doo and Dora the Explorer.
Wow.
Live productions because I have kids.
Indeed.
And I could follow the plot of Dora better because Baby Jaguar lost his roar, and I remember that was the plot.
Oh, not Baby Jaguar.
Yeah, but I couldn't remember the Phantom of the Opera. I'm like, oh, when's the chandelier fall? I'm like, okay, I get it. And I don't know.
At the end of the first act.
Well, I saw The Wizard of Oz, and it was awesome because they were messing up their lines, and I thought, he messed up like the most iconic lines, like when they want the heart and then the brain. He goes, "Where I come from, a man has I'm like, dude, it's like the easiest line in the play. You should know that. But I will say that I know I'm kind of dominating this part of the conversation. I just have to say this last thing. I've seen a million times. I used to take my mom to see, and I still love it as A Christmas Carol. The play, the live production.
Too long.
No, I loved it. The one we saw it's a huge production. So
The Muppet one.
Why did you you don't like you don't like Scrooge?
I just
No.
It's just so long.
What? It's very very long.
I think it's predictable.
Well, when it's true to the book and it's every thou and thy and thou
I
hast.
watched the Mickey Mouse version.
The Mickey Mouse version's very good. The Muppet version's
It's the
very
Mickey
good.
Mouse version
Yeah.
with Donald Duck and
Yeah.
that's like 26 minutes long. Do you like the
Scrooge
Disney
McDuck.
cartoon version?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
different.
That's very close to what the play's like.
Yeah.
I would never
it's
want to watch
Disney.
play. I'm not a play person.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried getting her to come to our
I used to take my
musical
mom.
and she wouldn't.
Really?
We were barely even together.
It doesn't matter. It was Hairspray.
You
guys were
went to see
allowed to do
Hairspray?
Hairspray?
I was in Hairspray.
You guys were allowed to do hairspray?
I came from Williamsport. We had a big school.
Oh, well, there you go. I came from Biglerville. We were not allowed to do anything.
Where'd you come from?
Considering I didn't even know where that is.
Wait, what's the name of it?
She came from Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes out of Gettysburg.
What's the name? Say the name again.
Biglerville.
Biglerville.
Big.
That sounds like a Dr. Seuss story.
It
These are the
does.
people from
does.
Biglerville, and there's the Smollertons from Small Town, and here's the Poppy
my.
people from Poppy Town, and there's
Well, here's the worst part. In Biglerville, they make Musselman's applesauce. So our mascot was the canner.
Oh.
It was the guy that put the stuff in the can.
that's brilliant.
And he looked like the Michelin Man with a can. And he would just walk around with his can.
That's the mascot. That's
Yeah.
sweet.
So, yeah.
So that's the pride of your town.
Yeah, but there it was so very conservative.
So
No way we could have done Hairspray.
Our high school, we did a secret garden my freshman year, and I believe the year before us was Sweeney Todd.
Oh, wow.
Then we did
I never saw the. I didn't saw.
That's
Then we did
graphic.
Secret Garden. We turned around and we did Shrek my sophomore year. Then junior year we did Fiddler on the Roof.
So
yeah.
you were involved in all these in what capacity? Acting and singing?
Yes.
Okay.
The only one that I was just chorus was Secret Garden my freshman year.
Wow, you've done a lot of stuff that.
I told you.
I've done a lot of that stuff.
Mind is blown.
Except me, I don't. It's weird. I sing, but I don't sing in plays.
So I was never in band, but I played in the band to go to Disney. I performed at Disney.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, really?
I played the shaker.
I was just gonna say, tell them what you did.
I
to
played
get
the
there.
I played the shaker.
What's I don't.
That's all.
Yeah,
Here like
he
this.
literally was just.
Just back there shaking.
Whatever gets you in the door, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I fundraised all but like $300 of my trip.
Really? Good for you, man.
And then senior year, we performed at the White House with the a cappella group.
Who was president in your senior year?
It was Barack Obama's
Last year.
It was literally his last month. It was December,
gonna say,
right
his
before
last year.
Trump took over.
Okay. What did you say you performed at Disney? What'd you do?
I played tenor saxophone. And
Oh.
we did the same thing where the whole band gets to go and you march down Main Street, USA.
Oh,
and,
we didn't march. They had us right outside Universal Studios.
No.
Huh.
They
And
had
then-
us march down Main Street, USA, and then I was in the jazz band too, so we had to play in this little like
Amphitheater.
amphitheater thing that looked like a seashell or something. I don't
we
know.
we played there too.
Yeah.
But the band and orchestra both went. This is before I was in the orchestra.
Okay.
So I didn't learn the bass up until my junior year.
You can see it?
Now I can
Okay.
see it. Yeah.
I know
I
we're
never-
probably getting close on time.
Yeah.
No, we got a little bit. Let me look at our cheat sheet. See if there's something.
So he had a really good one on here. A song that gets you pumped.
Yeah. It makes you drive fast.
Yeah.
Everything makes Gabby drive fast.
Why did you put me out like that?
I bet it's true.
Because 9 times out of 10, you're the one driving.
Okay, but
You have that type of personality, Gabby. I could see you.
How many tickets does Kade have? How many tickets does Gabby have?
I have 1 speeding ticket.
Yeah.
And
And that's because I had to go to the bathroom. It just happened to be the Penn State and that team
man.
up North's game
It happens.
that weekend.
It's okay. We don't judge here.
No judging.
No
well,
judging.
I judged him when he called me.
Well, I
I judged him
In my
hardcore.
defense, I was meeting her and her mom and my roommate. I was getting ready to drop off my roommate at the Mill Hall Walmart to his dad so they could come the rest of the way home. And I called. She goes, "Where are you at?" I'm like, "I was pulled over." Why?
Because
Doing 70. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, this is what he said.
I was doing 75 and a 65. No, it was 75 and a 55. Coming up there on the Shiloh Roads exit.
yeah. Oh yeah, right there.
And it was the Penn State Itchigan game in 2018.
He just
or
said
2017.
Itchigan.
It's again. That's right.
Yeah.
No M's. So what song
Once
gets
they win a game, I'll give them an M.
what gets you
Yikes.
pumped?
What gets me pumped?
What music? What song? There's got that one song that makes you like.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, it actually came to mind.
What is it?
Billy Joel, Uptown Girl.
Oh, that's
What?
No, we didn't start the
Uptown
fire.
Girl
Both.
gets you pumped? Like makes you
Yes.
drive fast and want to hit a punching bag and run really fast?
I don't have any like punching bags.
Like lightning going through your body, like, oh, I'm on top of the world. Let me like that. That's what, at least that's what I get from it.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything from that's a pump me up song for me because it makes me happy.
Uptown Girl.
Yeah, like
I can't see going down the freeway and Uptown Girl coming on going, oh man, I gotta slow down. This song is my adrenaline's like flying. Uptown Girl, she's been living in her oh. I get pulled over like cops. Do you know how fast you were going? Sorry, dude. Uptown Girl came on. And I just lost control.
I don't really think. Do you think I have any music that does that? You're normally in the car with me.
You're usually already going fast before the song comes on, so
Jackie, what gives you speeding tickets? What song pumps you up?
there's this Macklemore song called "Can't Hold Us."
That's a good song.
Yeah.
That is a really good song.
Can't hold us.
Okay, so I can
Yeah.
say that is a pump me up song. Yeah, that's
And
definitely.
then there's the part in the middle. Songs that have non-word syllables always do really well on the charts, like na na. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
La la na
yeah.
na. There's this part in the middle of the song that's just na 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 na
yeah,
na
and like
na.
you get
And all the people say na 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 na,
yeah.
and it hit the top of the charts because it was a na na.
Awesome.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
yeah,
good song.
It is genuinely a good song, and it will get you pumped.
Get you pumped, all right.
along with Uptown
Oh, speeding tickets music. Like for me, it's usually heavy stuff, like "Battery" by Metallica. Smashing through the boundaries, lunacy has found me. Gotta stop the battery. But there's other songs that aren't metal. I'm trying to think of one that, man.
There's this one Kiss song, and I can't think of what it is right now.
Oh, there's a ton of that was my favorite.
Yeah.
That's what got me.
Yeah,
Is it old classic? Detroit Rock City.
I don't know. I can't think right now. My mind's blown.
I feel it. Detroit Rock City. I can't. I get that da thing you did.
Detroit Rock City. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Feel uptight on say yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit Rock City. That
Yeah,
that gets you going.
that's it, yeah.
Yeah. That one
Crank
gets me
that.
going
all I
too.
can think of is Paul Blart right after he closes the
I didn't see
arcade.
Paul Blart.
He's playing Guitar Hero as he's closing down the mall. And that's the song he
I
plays.
bet that's funny.
Wow.
And the robbers are starting to take over the mall. And he's just sitting there jamming.
He's just rocking out.
He has no idea what's going on. He leaves the arcade. He goes, must be closing time already.
Wow. I haven't seen that. Kevin James, some of his stand-up stuff's pretty funny though.
Just like I think it's within the first 15, 30 minutes of the movie. It's just him playing the guitar. It's just so funny.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to think of. I had a song that I thought of that makes me drive fast, and I can't. I lost it. It wasn't Metallica. It was something more. Oh.
I feel like you would listen to Rattling Bog, one of the old Irish folk tunes, as you're into just to speed.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
Just the song itself speeds up for you. You just got to keep going with it.
Dropkick Murphys comes on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything by Dropkick.
I'm going to start screaming.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's not it either for me. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
My leg. You know.
Shipping up to Boston.
I do get
Top stairs.
let the bodies hit the floor. Every time that song
Drowning
comes on,
pool.
and then, when I first heard
remember when we sang that
that
at work?
military men, they were talking about during Operation Desert Storm,
We did sickness.
some of the
They're too young.
stuff
for
that
Yeah.
that the soldiers would listen to, and a couple of the pilots said when they went on their campaigns, their bombing campaigns, they wanted to listen to stuff that pumped them up, so they listened to Bodies. Mm-hmm. And I think, man, if I'm in an F-16 fully loaded and I'm hearing that song,
I'm pumped up by
there's
it.
going to be scorched earth everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, music is so powerful.
When I was
mean,
younger, that was our wrestling warm-up song. Was
Was it?
Bodies.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But like Platoon, when they're coming in on the beachhead and they're playing Wagner, da, 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 and they're
Flight of the
blasting.
Valkyries. or
Yeah, Flight
something.
of the Valkyries.
Dun,
And they're-
dun, dun,
have you ever seen
dun, dun,
Platoon?
dun, dun.
And they're blasting it out the speakers,
Yeah.
and the people are running and dying and
Fortunate Son always gets you.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Was that Platoon or Apocalypse Now?
that was Platoon. Apocalypse Now was on the boat.
Okay. Well, anyway, you're right.
Well, no, wait. You are right. It was Apocalypse Now because then they dropped the boat.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
another whole
because
topic is the power of music in movies.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
We will have a show because I mean the power. Just a quick mention. The
I wanna be
music,
back for that one.
the music used in Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. I mean that was excellent.
I mean, that soundtrack's amazing.
It's I think it's the best selling soundtrack of all time.
I've been to that
As
chocolate
it
store.
should be.
Did you watch the movies that made us?
Yeah.
So you saw
On
the one on
Netflix.
Forrest Gump,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think they gave it a mention about that.
Yeah, like
but anyway.
Elizabethtown, the movie Elizabethtown, which is incredibly depressing, but a good movie. But
Don't think I've seen it.
Bye.
It's
haven't seen
depressing. Well, it's about death, but it's got this.
You're like, yes.
Go from
Such a
being
great
pumped up
movie.
to
Yeah,
depressed.
but it does have this amazing soundtrack of like the way Almost Famous had just killer soundtrack. Almost Famous. Have you seen Almost Famous? True story.
Well, it's
Sort of.
no, it is. But what it is the guy that when they wrote the movie, they took stories from what really happened on the road with Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, and
The band.
no, yeah, oh, good grief. Gonna find me a hole in the wall. I'm gonna crawl inside and die. Can't you see? Who is that? Can't you see what
That woman's
been doing to me? Oh my gosh. Oh my! I see. Allman Brothers.
Allman Brothers. That's it.
So the Allman Brothers, Black Sabbath, and Led Zeppelin, different experiences that happened to them when they wrote the movie. They took those and combined them into one script, and with one fictitious band.
You would love that movie.
And the dude from Rolling Stone.
You would dig it, but you would be like, watch it 3 times.
Yeah, most of the time for movies, we don't get along.
Yeah.
Really?
She's a big horror fan, and I'm like I can watch some, but I'm not a big.
Okay.
I made her watch
that's
See No Evil the other day.
I was just gonna say
Oh,
that's
come on.
what
See No Evil?
She's never seen it.
I never
With the
my
wrestler
cat,
dude?
With
Yeah,
Kane.
my cat actually watched it though.
She
I have
watched
a
it with
picture.
us.
She laid
Did you
on
say
the
your
carpet.
cat watched it?
Yes.
Get close to your mic.
Sorry. She laid right on our area rug.
Yeah.
On the area rug and was watching it. I have a picture. It's hilarious.
Sweet. Okay, we probably should wrap up now. I didn't mean to cut you off, Gabby.
No, I'm kidding.
That's another thing
Before
we
we
can talk
get too
about.
far down the
pets.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Pets, pets
Talking
horror
about
movies.
I don't know.
Rabbit hole, rabbit.
People that have pets love to talk about. Like we would have a smashing conversation amongst the four of us about our pets, but I don't know that other people watching would want to listen.
Oh, people
Let
would
us
love
know
to
in the
hear
comments.
It
the
depends.
ridiculous stuff
I was
that
just
my
gonna say,
dog
I
does.
get comments all the time that I'm obsessed with my cat, and I am.
I don't have human kids. I have dogs.
Right.
A dog.
I don't
Oh,
want
that's it. I
kids.
used to
I
do a
want-
You have
stand-up
a
bit
mic,
about
too.
people that say that.
I have a mic.
What are you?
I'm a Cade, and Grace has a Drew.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, guys. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, we're a week out from college football season, so OH.
OHIO. That's it. All right. Thank you.
Cut it off now.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming on here. It was a blast. Definitely going to have both of you back again. Talk about something similar, something completely different. But thanks, Kade. Thanks, Gabby.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Thanks for having
We'll do
us.
this again. Yeah.
Game over, man.